Hello, you wonderful people. Welcome to Watchlist. Basically, think of this as like a monthly TV guide to let you know what and when TV shows that I'm interested in and maybe you're interested in are coming out. Like always, in the description down below, I will be including links to any trailers that may be available for said shows that I'll bring up during this watch list. Also, do note that this might be the last month I used the title Watchlist for these. I might change it up to something else. I've kind of been thinking about that for a little while, but I don't know. That's kind of on my end, so we'll see whether I decide to do it or not. On February 2nd on Netflix, we have the original series Altered Carbon. So basically, this seems kind of like a kind of cyberpunk sci-fi show where it's basically like all this futuristic world where people can kind of be brought back from the dead, but like in a different body. It seems like that's what the main protagonist is. And basically, he's owned by this corporation, and it's like, oh, you have to solve a murder. It's like, well, what murder am I solving? It's like mine. So I'm guessing they went back and chose someone that was like a very good detective or something, hence why they chose him. I don't know, this is just stuff I'm picking up from the trailer, but it doesn't seem like you're just back in any normal body. It's like, no, like these bodies have like enhancements, because like I said, it's very cyberpunk, because you see people with like machine-like enhancements to their body, but also just the bodies themselves look normal, but they have superhuman strength and kind of like almost, it borderlines some like Matrix stuff too, because it's like, oh, this body's been downloaded with like all this like hand-to-hand combat stuff. So it seems very interesting, you know, especially looking something along that, you know, science fictional angle, maybe something a little actiony. Well, not really, just a little actiony. It seems very actiony, and it's kind of got like a murder mystery aspect to it too. So I'm very interested to check it out, especially just from like the trailer, because the world looks magnificent. I'm not familiar with it because I've never seen either one of them, but just from the trailers I've seen, like of the movies, it kind of reminds me a little bit of Blade Runner, a little bit, just aesthetically how the world is. So it seems like one of those series like, oh man, you can really get into like diving into understanding the world and everything like that. So I'm very interested in checking it out. So maybe you might be interested too. On February 12th on the CW, we have the return of Legends of Tomorrow, which I'm super excited about. This is kind of a weird change though, because the show is now on a Monday. It will be replacing Supergirl, which is kind of weird too, because it's like I'm recording this well in advance, so I'm kind of talking super future talk in a sense, which coincides with the show because it's all about time travel. Wasn't even trying to do that, it's just happy coincidence, which I'm super excited about, because not only the crossover but also the mid-season finale set up a lot of interesting things, especially because like the team dynamic has changed a little bit. In particular, a character popped up that I was like, wait, what? That's so cool that this character's here. So I'm curious to see will this character stick around for a little while. It'll probably just be like a one episode thing, but I'm definitely interested to see where the team goes going forward with all of this. I am curious to see what that means for the rest of like the Arrowverse stuff. Since Supergirl's going on a bit of hiatus, I like, what does that mean for the rest of the shows too? But nevertheless, I guess we'll find out soon enough. Or if you're curious, you can look into it yourself as well. So on February 25th, we have the return of The Walking Dead on AMC, which obviously like the mid-season finale ended off. Literally, the last scene was a big bam. I mean, arguably you could say it's like a big middle finger to anyone, especially if you've read the comic books or at least know relatively like, wait, what? That's a big difference. Like it was just a big heavy hit, and I'm curious to see where they take that going forward. It's definitely going to be interesting, like I said, because this particular character isn't dead in the comic books, which to be fair, like that applies to both the show and the comic book prior to now anyway. So, but still, it's just kind of an interesting choice that they made. And I'm curious to see what that means impacting the series going forward, you know? Also on that same day on Starz, we had the season 3 premiere of Ash vs. Evil Dead, which it's a series I've not really checked out. I'm not that familiar with the Evil Dead movies. I've seen some here and there, but like not really. But from the little bits I've seen of the show, like little bits here and there, it seems very interesting. Both seasons are on Netflix, so I might take time to like rewatch them, as well as like kind of rewatch some of the older movies in preparation for this, just because I'm very interested to check it out. It seems like kind of like a very actiony, like kind of funny horror type of series, so it seems kind of interesting. Plus, like, I adore Bruce Campbell. Also, like, Lucy Lawless is in that. I only knew that because I came across the show on Netflix and saw it in the thumbnail. I was like, I had no idea she was in it. You know, obviously, like, best known for being Xena, but it makes you wonder would people who are slightly younger kind of know her better for like her role in Spartacus, which I've never watched Spartacus, any of the series, so I'm unfamiliar with her character, but I know she was in it, so. But nevertheless. And finally, on February 26th on the CW, we had the season 4 premiere of iZombie, which took me completely by surprise. I had no idea it was coming back like this early, which was like, holy crap. Which, like, if you've not watched iZombie, I cannot stress this enough. I talk about it at length. It is a fantastic zombie show because it does so many different things with zombieism that you can't help but have a little fun with the show. The show is fun, has some amazing drama. It's just a very refreshing approach to zombieism, in my opinion, and I cannot recommend this show enough, especially with the way season 3 played out. There was some, let's just say, shit hit the fan in season 3 on like many different levels. So I'm so psyched to see what they do with this season. If you have not seen iZombie, one fantastic place is Netflix. You can literally binge on all 3 seasons. They're not particularly long. I think seasons 1 and 3 are like 13 episodes. Season 2 is like 19 or 20. So they're not that, it's not a lot to binge through. Plus you've got like almost a month, to, get caught up. So do that. If you've not watched the show, take this opportunity as a chance to watch it. I cannot stress that enough. I love this show. It's so good. And so that brings this watch list to an end. I know it's a super short watch list this month. There were a few things I was thinking about adding to the list, but I was like, these are like the biggest ones, or I feel like kind of have my most of my interest. But like I say in every other watch list, if there's anything that's coming out this month that you're aware of that you think maybe I'd be interested in, or maybe someone else might be interested in, don't be afraid to leave it in the comments down below. But really, that's all I want to talk about. Till the next time we meet, be happy, be safe, live life to the fullest, and enjoy it. Good day and goodbye.